I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit bed!
A land grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one.
Oh.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same.
Harder, Daddy. What?
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence.
Who could do this?
Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet,
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
Shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Luis.
Hello there. A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
Hopefully me, considering I spent $105 on this fucking game. Welcome to Metaphor Re Fantazio? Tagio? Who cares? Let's just play it.
Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight.
Yeah, and I'm mentally scarred because of it.
Does our world pique your interest?
After all the sus shit I've watched you beat your wiener to? Oh, you better believe I'm interested.
Tell me who you really are.
I
The one who meets my...
am Nacho Man. Except I refuse to write that down because I would not be able to take the story seriously otherwise. So allow me to take the most bland option possible.
Most unusual name. One I've never heard in our world. Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours.
That's kind of rude, don't you think?
That in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold. Or to put it another way, this is a fantasy.
I'll turn this fantasy into a final fantasy if you don't shut up.
If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question.
What is your favorite color? Blue. Right, off you go. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
I confess my own answer still eludes me. But consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality. Perhaps the story about to unfold before you will tell us. I'm thoroughly invested now myself, so let this tale begin.
Looks like we're in the clear. The capital's just through this desert.
Is it true then? The king is dead? Aye, and the guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them.
Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories.
To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming. Mark my words. That much is certain.
problem?
They're bandits!
Come on, let's see some respect for the militia! Us folk, we're commoners. No crown or church will save us.
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is a little tribute. And if you're with us...
Would you like to pay $5 to subscribe to my lord's OnlyFans?
Now fall in line! Let's all get stuck like us!
You drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
Stand aside!
Silly protagonist, he said stand aside, not fall aside. It's okay, I can see how you might get those two mixed up.
Ugh, this place already feels like a death trap. You hear all that stuff about Lord Luis saving us?
But he will save us, just like how he saved my relationship with his long, dexterous,
definitely
pointy sword. Ah, listen to that awkward desert ambience. Anyway, I heard something about a mission? What mission?
What mission?
Come on, this is no time for jokes.
Silly fuzzless sidekick. There is always a time for jokes.
The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back.
Well, I don't know about that. My life's pretty important. My mommy always says I'm special.
Think we'll make it?
Oh, shoot, this isn't voice acted. You don't look hurt though, so that's good news. You can move, right? I'm thinking we should find a place where we can see the whole area. Use movement keys to move, hold shift while moving to dash, press control to dodge enemy attacks. Good, awesome. I've never played a video game before in my life. This is all very useful information. Review tutorials, okay, cool. Stop. Did you literally not just tell me Pokemon Let's Go? Why are we, ooh, Alaskan bow. Okay, I'd stop for that. Also, I hate to burst your bubble, Gallica, but I think that cutscene implies it probably just saw us. Also, I know I skipped past the tutorial, but I can probably explain how face sight works faster than the tutorial. And oh yeah, I forgot I was playing on hard mode. Basically, whenever you press the button, it'll highlight a bunch of enemies in gray, red, blue, or yellow, depending on if you fought it or not. In my case, since it's the starting zone, I haven't fought any of these level 35 monsters. Once I give them a good whack or two, it'll treat it as if I fought them, and then I'll actually see their level. But for now, we're gonna do what Gallica says and just try and run away.
Look!
Oh my god, it's a loading screen! I've never seen one of those before!
Just checking, but you do remember what we're here to do, right?
Refresh my memory.
What am I doing again?
Oh, I don't know.
Fun fact, for those who don't know, the English voice actor for Will shares a voice with the male Trailblazer from Honkai Star Rail. And he does a very good performance this game, even though he kinda sounds exactly like
All the same to you?
said Trailblazer, or at least a little too similar for my liking.
This mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Thus, my queen, cast your spell. I mean, what?
Right.
It's as though music is playing directly in my mind. The effect of Gallica's magic is inspiring.
Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier.
Sheesh, that line is cold.
Look!
Hey, look!
Over there!
That's a road, isn't it? No, this is Patrick. What a relief, Grand Trad is already in sight. Almost there, let's keep moving and try to stay out of sight. Ha! Nope. Not when there's shiny things with my name on it.
I don't like this.
That's 3 medical herbs, and I believe once we touch this road, we won't have to actually walk this full distance. We'll have another cutscene. Yep, okay. Uh-oh, this is bad! It's the Alaskan Bower! Run! He's here to save me from making another jump cut!
This land of 8 tribes and 3 nations, all blessed by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Uchronia. The year is 785. Uchronia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built. By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
Oh, great seeker, power of fantasy and power. Hear my wish and come forth from thy epoch of glory to grant me thy guidance.
But only if you have $100 to spare, because we don't like brokies here.
Whoa, just look!
Whoa.
Get on with it, then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Please! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead!
Yeah!
There's no way that crowd was going to listen to anything a Paribus said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin? Bless you. Oh,
careful!
Hurry!
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid! Look, we're not tourists here. We gotta stay focused.
Right.
You noticed back on the wagon? You might be the only elder here, in the whole city even. The capital's incredible. Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside. Not that it's very balanced. I see more Plomars and Roussants than anyone else. Which means a dopey elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
She's a witch! She watched the cutscene!
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Oh god, she looked at the script too.
Monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending the guard out to deal with them. The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had Count Luis at the helm, I'll tell you that much.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
We'd not have to ask if the prince was still alive.
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
We've done all in our power, but not even the kingdom's best. The saint could purify this affliction.
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse.
How much longer can his body hold out? No doubt His Highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed His Highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
Hey, are you listening?
No, I was too busy regretting not dying to the wolves out in the desert.
Nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close.
Oh yeah, we were really close. Like roommates!
Now comes the real high stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted, so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers. So?
Do you know where we're going? Feel free to admit that you're lost and ask me for advice. Press M to open the map, and if you're ever unsure of what to do, press T to talk to Galaga. And press 2 in safe areas to save. Oh, don't mind all the saves. I don't know where they came from. Okay, with that out of the way, is there anything worth talking about? Oh, there's Best Girl. Oh, and then there's other Best Girl. But I should probably talk to these guys first. Look over there, you can see the Royal Palace. No, wait, that's not right. That's where the Grand Cathedral is. At least I assume so, since it's off the main street. Seems to me asceticism is the really privileged thing around here, even more so than the monarchy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, who you've all been waiting for. An elder, huh? Pretty unusual in these parts. Oh, not trying to be rude, just mind yourself. This city ain't the friendliest to us inferiors. Appreciate the advice. Yeah, be careful, they'll get you too, just like all us pyropists. Wow, I forgot her introduction was lame. But somehow not as lame as Shady Woman! And her ... And it looks like these guys don't have any interesting dialogue. I wonder if there are any other, important NPCs or... Did I just trigger a cutscene? I triggered a cutscene, god damn it.
The new model's out now. I could be out there slinging spells like a master if I had one of those.
Thank you for talking to yourself like that, window shopper. I wouldn't have that information otherwise.
Yes, that's the big city for you. Everyone and their mother has a magic igniter. So many different types, too.
Okay, game, I'll throw you a bone here.
What's a magic igniter?
See, there's a couple in the window. Like an instrument plays a tune, an igniter casts magic. Pretty hard to come by out in the countryside.
Gee, I wonder if this information has been conveyed to me before.
Shiny stick to use magic. Me? I can whip out magic anytime I like. And I can even see the magla in the air. Though, I'm not exactly an archmage.
Oh, whoops. I might have accidentally cut off the dialogue.
A fairy and an elden child. Are you new to our fair city? Well, I suggest you keep a low profile. Trust me when I say, you don't want to catch the eyes of the lords and ladies.
But how do I catch your eyes?
Head of my
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I run this humble shop. Are you in the market for an ignite? Here's something that might catch a foreigner's eye. This is modeled after the royal scepter and would make the perfect souvenir.
The only souvenir I want is No, I'm not finishing that. No thanks. Girls are icky. Girls have goodies. Ew, 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 ew.
How would you even know what the royal scepter looks like to begin with?
Actually, that's a really good question. Oh, wait, I should shut up before I start talking in spoilers.
A symbol and instrument of the crown's sovereignty. passed down through generations. If you believe the legends, it houses incredible magic, world-shattering power. More practically, you might call it the world's most potent magic igniter. And in the king's hands, it was enough of a deterrent to stave off invasion.
Now he's dead, with no living heir either.
Tragic, isn't it? Kingly magic is of little use without a king.
No, really? You don't say.
I don't know why you're here, but there's trouble brewing.
I'll keep that in mind.
A word of caution then. Your survival is your own responsibility.
Sorry, what was that? I think I just had a trauma response.
She has a point, though. We'll need to be careful. Anyway, we don't have time to hang around chatting with the locals. We've got a recruitment office to find. Okay, you got this.
A blue blood, are you? The army's no place for velvet-swaddled lordlings. Why are you here? Perhaps your noble family collapsed under its own weight. Is that it?
Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's worth. I'm looking to enlist. Is that enough for you or not?
An uppity one, aren't you? Fine, lordling. Welcome to the Guard, where it'll be your privilege to die screaming and bloody in service of your country. But mark my words, war will turn your arrogance to piss. When your corpse is plucked from the mud, do try to look patriotic.
Rousing words, Captain. You think threats will buy loyalty? No wonder nobody respects the Guard anymore. But I'm here now, so perhaps the kingdom isn't a lost cause.
Sheesh! That line was piping hot.
Don't. The healers have enough on their plates already.
Be gone, and be thankful you're still in one piece. All right, next. Hurry it up.
During the interview, you want to watch how you respond, as some answers will actually affect your starting stats.
Age 18. An orphan, too. The army can always use more of those.
Armed with this knowledge, I shall answer accordingly. I'm so bored.
I just want to kill some time.
And a little kingdom-sponsored bloodshed will spice up your life, eh? I know your type. I suppose this work attracts degenerates.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Any skills to speak of?
Here we are. Okay. So starting from the top to the bottom, we have option 1, which will start you with 7 points in strength. Option 2, which gives you 7 points of magic. 3, endurance. 4, agility. And 5, luck. However, I've neglected to mention, depending on your choice, one stat will actually start lower than the others. Now, I'm a little torn, having actually already beaten the game, of what's the best option here. Because there's an ability I'm thinking of that I don't know if it scales off attack or magic. I'm gonna hope it scales off magic.
I've got a sharp mind.
Yes, you and every unschooled troglodyte. Right, last order of business. Make your mark or sign your name if you're actually literate.
Now, I've been thinking about it. I'm going to do something wild. I'm gonna name the protagonist the canon name, and you can't stop me.
You know your letters, do you? We'll get some use out of you yet. All right, lad. Welcome to the Guard.
Yes!
I'm sure you heard about the monster sightings, so stay sharp out there. We're short-handed as it is, so be a good lad and try not to get killed on your first deployment.
But sir, I see a grimace-shaped monster sitting right next to me, and his sidekick, who kind of looks like Ronald McDonald if you tilt your head a couple degrees.
On your way now. Up to. Next.
Oh god, it's the fantasy DMV! Actually, waiting out the DMV would be kinda awesome if at the end of it you could throw fireballs. Never mind.
I heard they get sightings.
What? Of those huge monsters? You think that's why we're low on soldiers? Wish they'd have told us that. What do they call them? Something like, human...
Next! Another Clamar. Wait, no. You don't look like the others. Surely not. An elder? It's the first of your kind I've seen.
Move it! There's a priority around here. We're arming squires and children with igniters now. Waste of good gear. It's better off in my hands. Give it here.
Brute force! Crude insults! The world is yours for the taking.
Care to say that again, boy?
We all have our reasons to enlist. Now get back in line.
Oh, another high and mighty Clamar, is it? You think your pretty words will measure up to pure Roussant strength?
Oh, forget the tribes. This is a matter of pride. Now, you owe us both an apology.
In case you haven't figured it out yet,
No fighting.
this is the token best friend. And my god, I love him.
You alright?
Now that you're here. Atlus and gay romances, you won't, you fucking cowards.
Felt like stepping in. Don't worry about it.
I will worry about it.
Try not to.
One day I will repay you. I owe you a blood debt.
Any harder, please. Here, your igniter.
You know, Gimp, I know that I'm not going to be using that for long, but you could have at least gave that a more...
Anyone can use
a little more pizzazz. A little more of a do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You know?
Best focus on surviving.
The thing around his neck is apparently a magic igniter. The captain I spoke with earlier had one too. They must take on many different forms, like I saw on the main street.
And take this too. Protect it with your life.
Looted Royal Capital Vicinity Map. Also, man, I love the use of the word loot. That word does not mean what you think it means.
Only the military could pull this together.
Listen up, striplings.
Oh, what did you just say?
Listen up, striplings. Listen up, striplings. Listen up, striplings. Captain Klinger. And as of this moment, you miserable lot are under my command. I'm sure you've all heard about our forces being tied up with the funeral proceedings for His Majesty. But if you think you're on cushy security detail, think again. First, you will be deployed to a fortress at the northern border, where you will be trained into true guards. Our veterans there will teach you the one thing you need to master if you're to survive. Pain.
Perfect. That's exactly where our contacts hold up.
Enjoy tonight's sleep, because it's the last full night's rest you'll get.
Really? You promise? I mean, what? Actually, what am I saying? Nobody is normal and gets the full 8 hours sleep and wakes up all happy in the morning.
They really are desperate for new blood. Oh, right. I know you don't know what our contact looks like yet, but he'll know you by your sword.
Oh my! I didn't think my sword was that impressive, but thanks! It's so nice to get some recognition every now and then.
We should get some rest before tomorrow. Hey. You awake?
Nope, I'm asleep. Good night.
Nope, I'm asleep. Good night.
Honey, look, I just have a lot on my mind. Can't seem to fall asleep. I'd heard about what it was like in the capital, but still. When you hear and see all this prejudice out in the open, it's a lot. You okay?
Aww. Bless your little heart.
It never gets easier.
Yeah, I could tell. Try to put it behind you, okay?
As you wish, my queen.
The lesser
Oh yeah, I guess this is as good a time as any to talk about the voice actor for Galaga.
people who burned down your village, remember?
Wait, hold that thought.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but still.
God, that was so good. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, Alejandro Reynoso is the voice actress for Galaga. They've also voice acted for Liko from Pokemon Horizons, Sypha from the Castlevania anime, and this last piece of trivia dedicated to my sister, they're also Flora from Winx Club.
I gotta say, I've been curious.
They're also now a professional book thief.
It's what you call a fantasy story, right? So it's a fantasy world made up by the author. The prince loved those kinds of stories. Okay, let's see. It says the young traveler was amazed by the world he saw. In this world, there is only one tribe. All people accept each other, and no soul is born into discrimination. Wow. So not even any fairies? I guess less differences means less to argue over.
You say that, but you would be pleasantly surprised.
Metropolis is built through learning and labor. Towers of glass that reach the heavens. Safe nights with no dark shadows. Busy streets well traveled. And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal.
Yeah, like that'll ever happen.
No magic, no tribal conflict, and equality for all? It really does sound like a fantasy. But it's strange to feel envious of a fictional world. Hey, are you asleep already? You know how hard it is for me to turn these pages on my own? Well, guess I'll just read more later. Good night.
Oh, finally. Can hardly feel my legs.
Oh, quit your whining. You're not a wagey like I am.
The battlefield is no place to sit on your asses, and the border front is always a battlefield. The call to arms could sound at any time. Stand to, curs. You have the honor to serve at the command of Captain Klinger, war hero, tactician, master of arms. When I earned rank in the trenches, forged in the blood of my comrades.
Spare us this drivel. Say, friend, I'm curious.
Oh, this is fucking me whenever the teacher had a lecture. Doesn't matter who it was or what they were doing. Whatever it was 5 times more interesting than what's going on in the lesson.
Hard to explain.
Some kind of fantasy novel, you said. So it's describing a better world. A utopia, perhaps. I'm something of a reader myself, but that's not like any book I've read.
Plot twist, all he's ever read is furry porn.
He was quite the idealist himself. He made grand claims about unifying the people under his rule. Never managed to do it in the end, of course. Reform takes more than high-minded, eloquent speeches. Maybe he was too blind to see that himself.
Is that like how half the people who hear that line are probably deaf?
Sword thinking he knows better than a king. Keep your mouth shut. No one cares what you think.
Nobody asked you.
Something to say? Go on. I'm listening.
Whoa, back off, hussy. That's my boyfriend. Thank you very much.
If it's a fight you want, draw your blade.
Didn't think you'd just challenge me straight out. You've got guts for a lesser tribesman. Well, Clamar, I'll let it go this time. But only because I like your friend. Next time, keep your complaining to yourself.
That's the last thing I need. Though I suppose I deserved it in part, speaking ill of the dead and all. My mouth tends to get ahead of my thoughts sometimes.
You and half the men in existence.
It seems to have drawn us together. Oh, never got round to an introduction. I'm Stroll. Leon Stroll, son of the Count of Harlia. And you are?
That's my name.
I have that right? It's got a certain weight to it. For what it's worth, my title doesn't mean much. Here and now, we're peers and equals.
By the skin of my teeth! Now, where was I? Right, as for you, fresh meat.
Someone help!
Is that a soldier? Hey, speak to me, man. What happened?
Listen, stay on guard. It's too...
Not one of mine. Must be one of the fort's guard. Those damn vultures across the border. They must have heard about the king's death. Anyway, to the fort. Double time. I'll stay behind to see to the poor bastard's wounds.
You want us to go on ahead? Alone? Shouldn't we at least send a team back to ask?
I knew fear would take you at the first step. You want to turn tail? Are you a traitor to the cause? The guard has no place for cowards. You are part of His Majesty's Royal Army. Swallow your fear. Fight with pride. And we'll all have medals this time tomorrow!
He's right. We're warriors. Up there is our first chance at glory and riches. Damned if I'm gonna waste it. Let's go!
Damn it. Well, I suppose this is what we signed up for. Onward, to the fort then.
Hey, I've got a bad feeling about this.
What? No.
A stench in the air, and it's getting stronger.
Oh, that's just the captain. And his new cologne. Bullshit du jour.
Fairy, did you catch it yourself?
Sure did. I even caught it in a jar. Now, as much as I want to mess with him, she is with me and she belongs in my jar.
She's with me.
Yes, and I have a name, by the way. It's Gallica.
So you travel together? You've stayed well hidden for quite a while.
Kim, I love you.
I don't want anyone making a fuss.
But no.
I can't shake this feeling. We gotta be careful.
Agreed. I'll follow orders, but I'm not about to let this armchair general send me to my death. Let's take a moment, then head in once we're prepared. I assume you know how to use an igniter properly?
I'm not so sure. He's never used one before. I mean, he's a commoner, so not much chance to.
Fair enough. Well, just stay behind me and you'll be all right. I swear I won't let you die.
Aww, is this what it's like to have friends?
Oh, this
God, it makes me just wanna ill self.
It's okay. Let's keep our guard up and hope we find out.
You know what they say, an apple monster a day keeps the guard away.
There it is. That's a human. Stand your ground! Charging! Pursue!
But it's not going anywhere, you dumb oh! Never mind, I stand corrected.
We have to help the survivors!
You have to help the survivors. I just remembered I left the stove on.
Damn it.
Damn, this is horrific. So many dead.
Oh.
Chris, I hope you're safe. There's no time to waste. We look, we may find some that still draw breath. Stroll, I hate to burst your bubble, but
This is bad.
oh, hey look, it's a Thalap Reeves! I stand corrected. What's the deal with this one? It feels similar to that monster from earlier. It's smaller, but is that a human too? It looks like we're gonna have to fight it. Wait, and it's a human too. Do we even stand a chance? All the more reason we can't just let it be. Trust me, I have history with them.
What do you think?
Besides, our only rope right now. I'm glad you still got your wits about you. I wouldn't go that far. Look, we don't stand a chance if we attack it separately. We can only fight if we work out a plan together. And it's here we unlock proper battles. Basically, when you find a monster, you can press V, and you'll begin that delicious turn-based combat. But you also have the option to fight it in the overworld. If you hit it enough times, you'll stun it. and take off a chunk of that monster's health. But wait, there's more! The monster will also lose its first turn. And oh my god, can we hurry up with the tutorials? This is taking forever. At the top of the screen, you can see how many turns we have, and on hard, enemies receive an additional turn icon. Okay, apparently that's a thing. Neato!
The power of fun!
Unfortunately, however, hard mode is no match for pure, unbridled gamer skill.
Looks like we're safe for... All right!
Woo! We pulled free somehow! And oops, did not mean to skip that. Oh, whatever, they didn't really have anything to say. Oh, here's something important I want to show off. If you roll, you cancel that mini cutscene thing that locks you in place whenever you stun an enemy. I don't know if it has a use, I just figured I should probably mention it since the game doesn't really say anything about it.
Okay, burn to us!
Oh, I almost forgot. Whenever you finish a battle without taking damage, you're given bonus XP and money, which can be pretty nice. Oh, and here's another thing I almost forgot. The SMT special. Whenever you level up, you're given a stat point, which you can use to increase your stats. In my case, I'm gonna put this first point in strength just to round up my stat line, and because I'll probably be using it just as much as I'll be using my magic. Although overall, I am gonna try to keep my stats pretty even. There wasn't much else down there, so we're gonna just continue on with the dungeon.
Wait.
Hold on.
Be careful.
There's another one, and it spots us. This could get nasty.
Hey!
But we have the element of surprise. We can catch it off guard if we strike now, right? Oh yeah, here's another useful mechanic. Whenever you hit an enemy from behind, there's a chance their entire break gauge will just Houdini out of existence, like you see here, and they'll be instantly stunned. And that's going to become very important later on, because fights just aren't worth it if you don't start with advantage. Ow! I stand corrected. Even with advantage, it's hardly worth it. Wow, thanks game. I know I almost died, but that whopping 4 XP was sure worth it. I can't believe I actually have to heal because of that.
Let's stash that somewhere safe. Hold on.
Wait. Oh yeah, sure, I'll wait. Not like anything important's happening right now. You two, you're perhaps searching for someone.
Get it now.
That's right. Thought as much. Now it makes sense. Why hide this from me? I trust you have a good reason? Well, to tell you the truth.
What?
That cry! Is that the human from earlier? No, it's the Muffin Man. Sounded like he came from the top of that tower. Maybe there's still soldiers fighting it there.
Hurry!
Sure, we'll go with that. To the top of the tower! And by top of the tower, I mean, hey, what's behind this door?
Come on! This cat?
Medicine. Why'd it have to be something useful? And here I was hoping for 8 gold. Oh my god, something better! Corpses! Nice! I was gonna keep an even stat line.
Not bad. I feel stronger.
I lied. For some reason, past me just keeps putting points into magic. Oh shit, he's coming back! At least I can sell it for money. I'm gonna have to go do plot. Oh, never mind.
This won't stop us.
Now I'll do plot. The reef is up ahead. Might I have a moment? If I'm honest, I have my doubts there could be survivors. Facing that monster together may not even save anyone at this point. Maybe if we stopping to have conversations, somebody could be saved. That's just crazy talk. Because if there's a chance that there's even one survivor, then I'll not be the noble who runs away. Not this time. I could never live with myself. This time... Oh shit, your trauma's caused you to say too much. Activate the deflector shields. And you plan to forge ahead despite the risk?
Leave it to me.
Yeah, I'm the protagonist. Duh, kinda have to.
I'm heading out.
Well then, lend me your strength. Oh, that's a bad idea. I told you. I'm the coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb of muscle men.
Don't be a fool. Just run before it.
Oh, fate-saddled child. Oh, anguished traveler. Thy fate is crown-twined, thy soul bound for the throne. A future yet unknown dawns in this moment. Thy path may fork, but only one may be chosen. Confront the threat before thee, or die here in obscurity. Now choose.
I choose.
So be it. Heroism lies in the soul that stands firm against its fears. Power awaits thy command. The time is come to awaken the hero within. Engrave thy very heart.
What the heck is going on?
Oh, whoops. Okay, now that I'm no longer legally required to shut up during that cutscene, we now have the power of coughing babies! My own power doesn't even compare! What's more, it can use magic despite its lack of an igniter. Yeah, asthma is pretty OP. It even lets you stand up to abominations and become resistant to wind magic. Crazy, I know.
Are you okay? If we don't push back, we're dead. Can't we fend off those attacks somehow?
And just when you think you're done with the tutorials, you're thrown right back in. In this case, some bosses might have multiple body parts you can attack. These different body parts might be weak or resistant to some spells. In this case, the wing and the leg are both weak to wind. And by targeting the weakness, we're given an extra turn icon. However, if we miss, we would actually lose turns. What are the odds of that happening?
Wind.
Okay, there's one, and this should be enough. Okay, cool. This is still just as easy on hard mode as it is on normal mode.
Wait, what? It's healing?
Well, what did you expect with a skill called Devour?
It's eating its own fruit to heal? We can't kill it fast enough. It's just gonna fix itself up no matter what we do.
Okay, now we can start taking out the apples, but first I'm gonna heal.
Those apples off?
Stop, it tickles. Okay, now you might be wondering if there's a strategy to dealing with the apples. Do nothing. That's it, that's the strategy. You'll see in a minute. After the boss is done tickling me.
If we don't take out those apple things, I think we'll regret it. You know, maybe there's something I can do. Hey, can you let me handle this?
Now, if we say yes to Galaga...
Leave it to me. Now it can't heal itself anymore.
She completely got rid of the apples for us. Now you might be thinking, oh hey, that's a neat mechanic. I sure hope it comes into play in other sections of the game.
I hope you're ready to see it 2 more times total.
So, other than that little scare, there's really nothing more to this boss. Just keep hitting it in the face, watch it tickle you. Oh, hey neat, we dodged it.
I won't hold back!
Wow, 100 whole XP!
Okay.
Oh, wait, that actually got me a level and a half. Awesome.